those that don't know me, my name is Rudo. I'm a full-time stay-at-home trader, managed to quit my day job. And this YouTube is created to share my thoughts, my journey, my crypto learnings and mistakes with you guys, so that you do not fall in the same pitfalls, hopefully, that I did. So I've got Bitcoin open, and this chart is going to be the chart that I'm going to be showing you guys for a while now. Why? Because this was the last analysis we had. We said, well, we're going to break out to the upside, 85% chance for continuation. That ultimately gives us a really good bullish Bitcoin. But for an alt season to exist, we don't just need a bullish Bitcoin. We can have a sideways Bitcoin as well. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the BTC dominance chart real quick, alt season is based on two things. I need to zoom in and make sure that this is a little bit more aligned. It's based on two things that we need, guys. Okay. You need, first thing, dominance coming down, which we have. We've got on the daily now about more than a week's worth of dominance trending down. Okay. And you need a Bitcoin going up or losing momentum. Now, losing momentum is another way of saying some sort of a sideways price action. So realistically, there's some gains in the alt still to be had. I'm going to start off with a quick Discord question that I got. Head over to Discord, guys. Drop your questions. Drop your alt requests in there as well. So I see a very little trading volume for Bitcoin. Does it mean that we will stay in this range for some time? So the tool that we can use for this, that's going to help. And typically, you can go to coinanalyze.net to try and see what is on about. So if you scroll down, it gives you the idea of open interest. Now, this is the metric that I warned you guys a while ago. I said, well, if price goes up, Bitcoin goes up, and the open interest starts doing the opposite. That's the first warning telltale sign that there's divergence between buyers and price action. Remember, guys, when it's bullish and it's greedy and there's a hell of a lot of people clawing at getting it, I want it, like us all, okay? The open interest is going to keep on going. And it also is a really good sentiment measure, because if the open interest keeps on growing, more people are willing to bet on it. So they're going to open leverage positions. We're all greedy buggers after all. So if this thing goes up, claws back up to about $43,000, and this open interest doesn't follow suit, it's an early, really good indicator that there's something bound to happen. So keep an eye out for that. Do your hodl bag a favor and subscribe today. Double down, hit that like and notification icon, and let's get charting. Okay, let's get into the alts. So there's a few that I want to just touch base on briefly before we move on, and this is Matic. So Matic, I have to say I was a little deflated yesterday. I thought, well, maybe this is not going to work. And then the alt market kind of proved me wrong. And that's the beauty. It's not about being right, it's about making money. Having risk on the table and understand that that is what it takes to make money. So today we have a little bit of a rally. So it opens the door back. We didn't break any of the thou shall not cross red lines on my charts. Remember, these lines would signal reversal. Okay. So this is important that these lines kept and held as we were testing the lower 40Ks yesterday for BTC. So all is still well. I think Matic's still going to drive up to $1. Cardano has a lot of momentum, and you can see that within the price action today. So it's accelerating up, and it is trying to get back to that. What is our target? 69 cents, 70 cents for Cardano. Remember, you have to realize your success. Otherwise, you're just bragging, and it can all be taken away. You sell some more. But as soon as we go above 85 cents, the rest that you have, you can hold and you can dream bigger again. Forget the fact that you need to profit now. I want to show you this. Today, Alts is dedicated to coins that's got this. That's all I'm interested in, because a lot of them still hasn't done that. So something that looks like that, Atom at the moment. So let's zoom out. Can you see what we have here? We've got a uni in the making. So Atom is at the highs. Now, yes, warning signs. Atom's at the highs. Divergence is starting to kick in. I'm not blind to these. Neither should you guys be. But here's the critical red thou shall not cross line. So let's zoom in there. Now look at that beautiful engulfing candle. So I see Atom for the rest of the day doing this, getting above this area. You need to understand that there's momentum here, guys. So the rate of holding versus the expectation of gains are really high. So you need to like this one. You need to understand if you want to trade spot, this is the direction you would want to trade with. Okay, look at that beautiful daily candle there. So Atom is definitely about to break out. Great. So you now know the play. You understand what you need to wait in the amount of chop. So as soon as it breaks out, it will try and stay above that breakout range. That's when you can ladder in with your Atom, which means where it's at now, it's almost the same buy zone. You're going to be buying it a week or so from now. But the argument being that there's not all $11 are the same. This $11 has a better chance of making you more versus this $11 could come back and test the bottom of. Woo is, look at this. I don't know other way to say this. Look at that long sideways accumulation, okay? Woo gets above that. That's your run. And it will be quick and violent, just like Cardoso. Look at that long accumulation. This thing had time to get absorbed. Get above it now. You're going to start running and fill this gap really quick. And then the sky is the limit. Next one, I wanted to look at INJ again. Still running. Yesterday we were sitting here and I said to you guys, there's nothing bearish about it. The sad reality is it's going to try keep on going. And although there's always a cautionary tale, this is the thing about risk management. There's never a sure thing. You have to play two sides of the market, but where it's at now, it's going. So the nice thing about this one now is, for those that's holding this, I'm going to delete all these lines and I want to show you just all that you need to do now. Your trend is flying. Your coin is doing well. You can tap yourself on your back. You did amazing. That is your thou shall not cross line. Simple. You don't want to see it fall below that. That's it. Let's move on. Sui. Sui finally, Sui is showing me that it doesn't want to go down. Yes, that is potentially inverse hammer or whatever the target's going to be. But Sui is holding above this level. So this is great. This line shouldn't potentially be blue. I should actually just make it that nice red. It's our thou shall not cross line for Sui. But ultimately, expect that Sui is going to be a little bit choppy for another week or so, and then push up to the next level. There's my final first target, 92 cents for Sui, guys. Okay. Alif Zero. There's pros to trading or having a pattern on the screen. The problem that I have is, especially if you're new to traders, having a pattern on the screen can sometimes define the narrative. So it boxes you in on one idea. But let me share an idea with you. Okay. These kind of patterns like this, okay, is the same patterns we used when we looked at the macro views like Uni and all of them. It's the same narrowing wedge kind of pattern. Once the squeeze is on, it pops, okay? We use them for a lot of these coins. So if I'm going back to this one, we're doing this. It's getting that same squeeze. So potentially, with the momentum being where it's at, let's change our line. Because if remember, the thing about these trend lines is, if you watched it, when we watched it way in the beginning, your line would be there where I just had it, okay, there. But if you're new to it, what would you do? You would be drawing this. Simple as that. These lines are always open to the perception of the guy that watches it for the first time. So we need to understand our opponent. So they're going to look at this and say, maybe there's time. So let this thing grind and let's see what it does when it's here. But I feel like if Bitcoin can hold its sideways range, this thing will pop and we can apply our magic little Garn fib there. Boom. And we can at least go there and potentially break that 1.7 and hit our $2 target. And then the door's open for more. I would love to see that, because then the door's open for more. So finally, BNB is giving us the push that I wanted to see. Remember the analysis. Let's take away the squibbles. This is a major resistance support level for BNB. And when we sold off like crazy. That gap is about to get filled. This is a really good buy with momentum opportunity. There's an insane trader's gap sitting right there. Okay, and I think that price, if it closes above this, it's going to go there really quick. And there's a nice 56er. Okay, let's say to ourselves, okay, if Algorand needs to start catching up, where's it going to go to? Well, there's a gap there. And ultimately, from where it's at now, there's another gap there. So the risk taker in me is saying to myself, not trying to think too much about this. Take a little bit of money, very little bit of money. Buy some Algorand. If it goes there, I'll be happy. If it goes there, I'll be ecstatic. Why? There's a 500%er there, guys, for a little bit of effort. If it goes to previous bull cycle highs from where we're getting it now, that's 1,300%ers, guys. Now you're putting zeros behind, crazy zeros behind. Okay, so this is seriously something that I think is going to do well. It did amazingly well in the previous bull cycle, so let it play out. This is long accumulation. There's been a nice absorption of dip. This has cup and handle potential. So that red line is significant. This whole area is a buy zone from an investment swing spot ownership point of view. Same thing as Uni, same thing as Atom. It's a really nice one. It's a really nice one. It's a gem. Thanks so much. There you go, guys. Same play. Play with the momentum. Enjoy the run. That's the goal here. It looks extreme. It looks excessive. But these are micro caps. They're going to fly. This is what retail is going to look at. Okay. That's their safety net, their safety line. They're going to look at that for safety. They're also going to start staring into this and say, okay, well, whoa, what is happening here? You know your advantage. Thou shalt not cross line. You're allowed to be bullish and hunt as long as it stays above that line. When it falls below it, you know where your next support level will be. That will be the support. And then you will use that line to do what? To get out. So if it does this, you're happy. And if it decides to screw you over and does this, that's your get out of a jail card. And then you will potentially come back and buy the dip at the bottom. Okay. Do you think we will see an immediate impact from the CPI, whether good or bad? Look, the market is extremely bullish. So when it gets bullish, it does get brave. So bull market sentiment. Remember, for those that was in the previous bull market, did you even know that the CPI existed? No, it just went. And then there was buy the dip days. But as when it becomes bearish and you start feeling it in your pocket, you take notice of what is it that's hurting me. So that's typically what's going to happen with these kind of news events. It's now going to become less trending to talk about it because it's going to be less of an issue. Think about this for the legacy markets, okay? This was Bitcoin all-time high. This is where the legacy market is, okay? So those guys are drunk on juju juice, guys. They're literally going ballistic. Look at how these indexes, they're making all-time highs, just about, okay? But look at the RSIs, okay? Look at the RSIs, okay? And that's the thing. So there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of crazy. So who's to say, who am I to say that this is a fail? This is insane momentum. So it's buy the dip season. Simple as that. I wish I could say it in other words. It's time to take risk, guys, because the market is giving you that opportunity. And for between me and you, risk never feels good, even in a bull cycle, even in a bear cycle. It's risk. It sucks. There's a potential of loss. Okay. That's it. So look at this. Look at these things. They are flying, and all that creates this bullish undertone that kind of supports price. Look at this. Look at this. I was sharing these charts in the morning. Look at how these things are rallying. Divergence. Yes, look at the divergence. The divergence means nothing. There's even higher time frame divergence again. But there's so much momentum there, guys. So Yeah, let's see what Matty has to say. They're drunk like that in Wolf of Wall Street documentary. Probably. Let's just not eat somebody's goldfish. Let's see. Let's end the stream. 44 minutes. You see, I was done at 30 minutes, and then Peter comes in and then throws up comments. And it's all his fault. Now I'm back at 44 minutes. I'm going to end the stream here, guys. I'm going to say thanks to every one of you guys for joining in. Thanks for supporting the channel.